Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So there's a couple updates on the Raychel Sheridan Sean Go case. Those of you that didn't see my live on it last week, or was it this weekend? I think it was Friday. It is actually in my hometown, Canton, which is a small town. So yeah, she was found like 7 miles away from here. So those of you guys aren't familiar, I'm going to try to do a quick recap and then I'll do the updates, okay? Because there is a little video clip of him appearing in court yesterday. And just learned supposedly Thursday, he's going to be, I think they're going to have like the pre-trial stuff is supposed to be. I think that's what they said. So I wouldn't mind trying to go down there in person. It's like, 10 minutes away. All right, so quick recap. It is a homicide investigation. So last Tuesday, July 2nd, around 12:32 p.m., deputies were called to the 4100 block of Orchard Dale Drive. It's in Plain Township, and it was in reference to a missing woman identified as 24-year-old Raychel Sheridan. After searching the residence and surrounding area, Raychel was entered into the national database as a missing person. While at the scene, deputies observed a maroon Jeep Liberty known to be registered to Raychel traveling on Guilford Avenue Northwest in Plain Township. Deputies initiated a traffic stop and made contact with the driver, who was her boyfriend and roommate, Sean Go. He's 26 years old. So they pull him over. He flees on foot. Okay, so then takes off. Can't find him. So then they deployed the Northern Ohio Violent Fugitive Task Force and the Ohio State Highway Patrol Aviation Team and the Ohio State Highway Patrol SER team. So they were all deployed in an extensive search throughout the night, all searching for Sean, right? So then I'm not sure the exact time, but they said in the early morning hours of Wednesday, July 3rd, Sean Go was arrested by the Canton Police Department at a local homeless shelter on active warrants for burglary, grand theft of a firearm, and domestic violence involving the victim. As a result of the search warrant executed at the apartment of Raychel Sheridan and Sean Go, evidence was recovered indicating foul play. Detectives have determined that Sheridan was murdered inside the apartment. So I'll be interested to see what was it that they found in the apartment that makes them think that the murder took place in the apartment. But anyway, so they said at approximately 9:24 a.m. on Wednesday, July 3rd, a body believed to be that of Raychel Sheridan was discovered by Canton sanitation workers in a park in the southwest area of the city of Canton. So that's why I was trying to figure out what time they found Sean, because they said early morning Wednesday. So I wonder if I was trying to figure out if it was before they found Rachel's body, because they found her at 9:24 a.m. and then they said that they found him in the early morning hours. So I'm guessing they found him first. So remember, that was last Wednesday. So last Wednesday, they arrest him on the warrant charges. They find Raychel. So then, just this past Monday, July 8th, they formally charged Sean Go with 1 count each of murder, special felony, abuse of a corpse, felony 5, and domestic violence, M1, misdemeanor 1. And then tampering with evidence, which is a felony 3, in connection with the death of Raychel Sheridan. Go is being held in Stark County Jail on a $1 million bond. So that's one of the new updates that I know it happened Monday, but I haven't done an update since he was formally charged. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about, is he's formally charged now. Because remember, at first they just had him on the warrant, the felony warrants for burglary and stuff. What was it? Burglary and grand theft and DV. But now they got the murder, so that's good. Let's bring up the new article. So this is from the Canton Repository. This is our old newspaper growing up. That was our local newspaper, the Repository. Okay, so I want to read this. It's just a quick article, but it does give at least a cause of death. It says, a Plain Township man is now facing murder and other charges tied to the slaying of his girlfriend. The Stark County Sheriff's Office on Monday filed felony charges of murder, tampering with evidence, and abuse of a corpse against Sean Go, formally accusing Go of killing his girlfriend Raychel Sheridan. A complaint filed in Canton Municipal Court alleges Joe, 26, struck Sheridan, 24, in the head and body around June 30th, causing her death. So he hit her with something. He hit her in the head and the body. Okay. And it says it did not specify if any weapon was used. So they're guessing around June 30th. Okay, so remember, she was found July 3rd, and they were called to go check the apartment of a missing woman. July 2nd was Tuesday, yeah. And then, so if they're saying he thinks June 30th, which would have been Sunday. So she was last seen was Saturday, okay? So that's what we were talking about in the live. Like, so he could have done anywhere from Saturday till Tuesday because she didn't show up for work Tuesday, reported missing Tuesday, and Saturday was the last time she was seen, right? So they're thinking it would happen Sunday. And then it says deputies also filed a new misdemeanor charge of domestic violence. Yeah, so Go is scheduled to be arraigned by video in Canton on these charges at 9 a.m. Tuesday, so I'll show you that, and we're going to go over that clip. It's really short, but you get a little look at him. And then it says he is being held at the Stark County Jail since Wednesday on $500,000 bond on charges of burglary, grand theft of a firearm, criminal damaging, and domestic violence allegedly committed against Sheridan in May. A judge could increase his bond amount. Says he has been held at the Stark County Jail since Wednesday on $500,000 bond on charges of burglary, grand theft of a firearm, criminal damaging, and domestic violence allegedly committed against Sheridan in May. A judge could increase his bond amount. Yeah, now it's at $1 million because it's now the murder charge because it picked him up for the felonies, and that's when they're holding him for the $500,000 bond. But now he has those murder charges added, so it's $1 million bond. Says a message-seeking comment was left Monday for Christopher Fisher, an attorney at the Stark County Public Defender's Office who represented Go at his arraignment Friday on the other charges. Stark County Sheriff George Meyer has said his investigators have concluded that Sheridan was killed in the Plain Township apartment she shared with Go. Canton workers on Wednesday morning found Sheridan's body wrapped in a plastic in a garbage can at Mother Gooseland Park in southwest Canton. A complaint filed Monday alleges Joe transported Sheridan's body in a vehicle and disposed of her body in a trash receptacle. Another complaint says Joe destroyed, concealed, and removed the evidence, knowing there would be an official investigation into Sheridan's disappearance. And here is the domestic violence. Oh, here's all the charges. Okay. So here is some of the documents. So we have the domestic violence. It says before me. It says 1 Sean Go in violation. It gives the code. Okay. Defendant Sean Go did knowingly cause physical harm to the victim, Raychel Sheridan, who was his live-in girlfriend. Specifically, defendant did strike the victim on or about the head and body, causing her death. And then the abuse of a corpse. Defendant Sean Go abused the corpse of another, the victim, Raychel Sheridan, in a way that would outrage reasonable community sensibilities. Specifically, the defendant transported her corpse in a vehicle and disposed of her body in a trash receptacle. And then murder. Defendant Sean Go did purposely cause the death of the victim, Raychel Sheridan. Specifically, defendant struck the victim about the head and body, causing her death. And then this one's tampering with evidence. It says defendant Sean Go destroyed, concealed, and removed evidence knowing that an official proceeding would be instituted to investigate the murder of the victim, Raychel Sheridan. Okay, so let me play the court hearing clip it's from News 19.
Court set a status hearing and bond in this matter, and he would also like to assert his 4th, 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights not to be questioned by anyone without counsel present, and the corresponding Article 1, Section 10 of the Ohio Constitution saying the same things. Sean, do you want anybody to talk to you without your lawyer?
Great. Court's going to set the status hearing and the pretrial conference for July 11th at 10:30 a.m. Bond will be continued at $1 million.
Thank you.
That'll be all.
And that was a quick arraignment as we expected. We have seen some family members in court. They're sitting in the front row.
He also has a status tomorrow.
Pardon?
He has a status hearing set for tomorrow. Totally unrelated.
For tomorrow, we'll continue
Again, we're watching family make their way out of the courtroom. Before this proceeding even started, there were a lot of tears. There was audible crying in the courtroom waiting for this. And again, it was brief, as you saw, just a few seconds, as we expected. That's what happens with arraignments, pleading not guilty and then asking that he not be questioned by anyone without the presence of his attorney. That is to be expected. And we're going to see if we get any comments here from the family as they start to leave the courtroom here. We'll stay with this and see if any comments are made. This is a case that, again, we didn't know a whole lot about until the Stark County Sheriff held a news conference late last week. We had been told that it was in regards to a missing Stark County young woman, 24-year-old Raychel Sheridan. What we didn't know is when they came to that news conference, it was with the news that she had been found dead already. From what we have been told so far, that her body was found wrapped in plastic and then put in a trash can in a park in Canton, and that's where it stopped. Let's listen in here.
They don't want to talk to anybody right now. All these cameras. Yeah.
I'm going around this way.
Not right now.
Not right now, please. Not right now.
And as you hear, not right now, the family doesn't want to make a comment. There's a sign, Justice for Raychel. Love shouldn't hurt at the top of that sign.
Okay, so here's now a clip from 5 ABC. They play a little clip from the hearing too, but they also have an interview with the family, some of Rachel's family. So I'll play that.
Sean Go arraigned today on multiple charges in connection with the death of 24-year-old Raychel Sheridan. The woman's family and friends were in the courtroom.
I wanted him to see what he stole from us and that she's never going to be forgotten. And when we say Raychel, we do truly say ray of sunshine.
News 5's Bob Jones there explains what's next in this case.
You can see in the picture the sunlight. When it hit her, her skin glowed. She just was gorgeous.
Holly Clapsaddle sat next to Lisa Sheridan in Canton Municipal Court, providing comfort to the mother who tragically lost her daughter, Raychel Sheridan. Holly says Raychel was generous, loved cats and sunflowers.
We're gonna miss her, because when she came through her room, she lit up the room. Her smile lit up the room.
During his brief appearance, Sean Go, the man accused of murdering Raychel, stood near a window just outside of the courtroom, away from the victim's family.
What are your thoughts about someone accused of doing something like this?
I am absolutely in utter shock.
Detectives believe Go beat Raychel to death on June 30th inside their Plain Township apartment. A few days later, family reported Raychel missing. Deputies began a search for her before sanitation workers found her body in a garbage can in a Canton park on July 3rd.
It seems like he discarded her like a piece of trash, and you supposedly love this person?
Charges against Go include murder, abuse of a corpse, and domestic violence.
Domestic violence is something that we take very seriously, and certainly this case will be sent over to the Stark County Prosecutor's Office, where they will prosecute to the fullest extent of the law.
Court records show Go had active warrants before the murder, including for domestic violence and criminal damaging endangering charges involving Raychel. According to the records, he cut holes in the victim's tires and threatened to cause her serious physical harm. Holly says she believes Raychel was caught in a cycle of domestic violence.
I think every one of our conversations ended with, you need to get away from him. And she knew it.
If they need help, they can come to us. We have the Domestic Violence Project that they can go to. We encourage anybody who needs help for domestic violence to reach out.
As the case moves through the courts, Holly says the family is focused on getting justice for Raychel.
It is more important than anything that we get justice for her.
The judge set a status conference for Thursday morning. At that point, the case will either be sent over to a Stark County grand jury or a preliminary hearing will be set where testimony will be taken.